At first glance, Sina Doering, better known as Sina Drums, seemed like the poster child for internet success. A teen drummer from Germany who shattered expectations with her jaw-dropping covers of Led Zeppelin, Rush, and the Beatles, racking up millions of views and a cult following across YouTube. She was hailed as the next big thing in percussion, a prodigy with flawless technique and an infectious smile. But behind those picture-perfect thumbnails and pristine snare hits was a far less polished reality, one filled with emotional exhaustion, financial roadblocks, and a haunting sense of imposter syndrome that few fans could even imagine. As viewers marveled at her drumming finesse, they missed the quiet signs of burnout. No one asked why her uploads were slowing down. No one noticed the shift in tone on her community posts. And by the time they did, the damage was already done. Sina wasn't just battling algorithms. She was drowning in expectations. And what came next would shock even her most loyal supporters. Sina's journey started in a modest studio built by her father, Michael Doering, a skilled musician and producer who believed his daughter had something special. By age 10, she was already recording herself playing drums in that very room, experimenting with old rock classics while her peers were still figuring out long division. The internet quickly took notice, and by her early teens, Sina had already gone viral, a rare feat in a space dominated by adult musicians. But while outsiders romanticized her rise as a YouTube miracle, what they didn't see was the immense pressure that came with early success. Sina was juggling school, adolescence, and a rapidly growing global audience, all while trying to maintain a spotless performance standard. Even one offbeat snare could lead to harsh criticism or toxic comparisons to older male drummers. The fairy tale, it turned out, had fine print, one filled with sacrifices, insecurities, and the slow erosion of childhood innocence. And as Sina's videos exploded in popularity, so did the expectations that threatened to swallow her whole. When Sina's channel reached millions of views, her fame skyrocketed. Brands reached out. Fans flooded her comment sections. Collaborations poured in from other young virtuosos around the world. It was the dream, right? Not quite. With every new subscriber came a new critic. Online forums began picking apart her every move, questioning her talent, her background, even her appearance. Many accused her of having an unfair advantage because of her father's production skills and home studio. Some claimed she was just a daddy's project in disguise. These weren't just petty internet trolls. They were music purists, seasoned drummers, even rival content creators, launching full-blown takedowns against a teenager who just wanted to play drums. Sina never lashed out publicly, but privately, the noise became deafening. She started doubting her skills, questioning her worth, and wondering if the internet loved her drumming or just the novelty of her youth. That question haunted her, because the moment she grew up, would they still care? While Sina kept her public image composed, always smiling, always upbeat, behind the scenes, things were unraveling fast. The constant negativity began to chip away at her confidence. The pressure to deliver flawless content with every upload became a mental cage. She once admitted in a candid vlog that the criticism got so bad, she considered quitting YouTube entirely. The hate wasn't just about her music, it became personal. Comments mocked her appearance, her voice, her smile. She started reading fewer comments, turning off notifications, avoiding social media altogether. But the damage had been done. Behind the camera, Sina cried more often than she smiled. There were days she didn't touch her drums, not out of laziness, but because she was paralyzed by fear. What if this next video flops? What if they say I've lost it? What if they're right? These weren't just passing thoughts, they became daily mantras. And while fans waited for her next upload, Sina was silently breaking down, one hateful comment at a time. In late 2023, Sina packed her bags and moved to London, a decision many fans saw as a creative leap, but few realized was more like an escape route. Germany had become a bubble of burnout, and she needed distance from her childhood studio, from the noise of the past, and from the mental fog that had consumed her. London was her shot at reinvention. New city, new mindset, maybe even a new genre. even amidst the bustling streets and vibrant music scene, the darkness didn't fully lift. Sina found herself surrounded by opportunity, yet feeling lonelier than ever. She was no longer the viral teen drummer. She was an adult trying to reclaim her passion in a world that had already labeled her. In interviews, she hinted that she wasn't sure who she was anymore. The pressure to constantly perform, innovate, and please an audience that only knew her as a YouTube sensation had become suffocating. London wasn't just a move, it was survival, and even there, peace proved hard to find. Despite her millions of views, Sina wasn't living in luxury. In fact, most of her cover videos were demonetized due to copyright issues, leaving her with little income despite her global fame. This harsh reality hit especially hard when she started paying rent in London. She wasn't just emotionally drained, she was financially struggling. It's a brutal truth about YouTube musicians. If you don't own the music, you don't make the money. Sina began leaning on Patreon, where her most loyal fans could support her directly. This move wasn't just smart, it was necessary. But even then, guilt crept in. Was she begging? Was she failing? She hated asking for help, yet had no other choice. It shattered the illusion for many fans who assumed viral fame equaled financial freedom. In reality, Sina was one copyright strike away from disappearing entirely. And while she smiled in her thank you videos, she knew the truth. YouTube had made her famous, but it hadn't made her free. In 2024 and 2025, Sina started shifting gears. Less focus on flashy covers, more on original compositions, teaching, and slower-paced content. To some, it seemed like evolution, but for Sina, it felt like letting go. She no longer chased virality. Instead, she embraced a quieter, more sustainable rhythm. Still, a part of her grieved the past, the days when passion alone fueled her uploads, when every comment felt like a warm hug instead of a dagger. She spoke in live streams about battling imposter syndrome, about wondering if she had peaked too early. She even questioned whether people really loved her playing, or just the image they had built around her. The new Sina was wiser, more grounded, but also scarred. Her smile was real, but tinged with caution. Her beats were tight, but carried undertones of heartbreak. This wasn't defeat, it was transformation. But like every metamorphosis, it came at a cost. Today, Sina Drums is still here, still creating, still hitting snares with surgical precision. But if you watch closely, there's something different in her timing, a hesitation, a deeper breath before the first strike. Fans still applaud her talent, but few ask how she's really doing. They want content, not context. But behind every perfectly synced cover lies a story of exhaustion, anxiety, and survival. Sina never wanted to be a star, she just wanted to play drums. But the internet had other plans, and now she's left carrying the weight of that fame, alone, yet somehow still smiling, still fighting, still hoping that one day someone will hear not just the rhythm in her playing, but the pain she never put into words. Because the tempo may be flawless, but the tears behind it are what makes Sina truly unforgettable.